Outdoors Delmarva covers everything outdoors,
including real hunting and fishing situations involving wildlife.
We do our best every week to keep it tasteful, but discretion is advised.
Now enjoy the show. This week on Outdoors Delmarva.
It's the opening day to rival any other on the Eastern Shore when we head out on a trophy rock fishing adventure. We'll reel in the big ones, giving you a look from the angler's perspective. Then there are a lot of activities that aren't rocket science, but this one really is. It's the extreme outdoor event that has these local science buffs reaching for the stars.
I can honestly say I've never seen a motor burn quite that long.
And it's a popular waterway that separates parts of Maryland and Delaware. But a springtime phenomenon brings anglers together. We're picking shad out of the Chester River.
Right now on Outdoors Delmarva.
Hi everybody, and thanks for watching Outdoors Delmarva. I'm Mike Parker. We'll be checking in with Captain Willie Dykes in just a few minutes. But to start this week off, yes, it is finally here. The trophy rockfish season is in full gear right now, and that means getting out on the water, setting the gear, and hoping for the big ones. Well, I spent the morning on the Tangier Sound aboard the Fishing Time with Captain Greg Bedsworth and friends, and hey, the water may be kind of rough, but I'll tell you what, the fishing was smooth.
A 5:15 a.m. rendezvous would set the stage for what would be a challenging day of fishing.
Leaving out of Deal Island Harbor, just going out here into Tangier Sound, about half a mile into the channel, and we'll be fishing in about 15 minutes.
From all indications, the Trophy Rock were going to be here, but a weather forecast of high winds and looming thunderstorms could mean rough seas and trouble locating a top indicator, schools of baitfish on the surface.
It's going to get pretty nasty once the tide starts to turn. Hopefully we don't have to stay here too long to do this.
Nice and cold, wet. That's the way we like to open the day rock.
There are a few reasons the Trophy Rock season is so popular that even weather like this won't turn anglers away. It's a short season for one, just a month long, where these visiting monsters are passing through after spawning and need to be at least 28 inches long to keep.
Well, we're stretching the bait out so we can put more rods out. Cover a bigger area to catch more fish.
Now, covering a lot of ground is vital, and tethering planer boards off each side of the boat provides a wide enough spread to fish nearly 20 rods at once, with bait scattered just right as we troll about 3 knots, fighting a constant attack of small waves. But it doesn't take long. After less than an hour on the water, the crew of the Fishing Time is hard at work when the first rock nails the artificial lure, and we're rocking.
Get up, Dusty, get up. Hold up high if you got this.
Now you can tell these guys know what they're doing, but this isn't a charter boat, just friends and family who love to fish. And the fate of this season's first rockfish is now in the hands of the youngest angler aboard, Stephen, who came all the way from Pittsburgh to get in touch with his Eastern Shore roots. With one keeper on board, it's time for a brief celebration. But on this morning, it's not looking like we'll have much time to kick back when rockfish number 2 bites hard, and it's Steve's turn to crank and reel.
There you go, Steve. He's coming in so easy now.
And take a look at this. With the Outdoors Delmarva head cam firmly attached, we're once again getting a point of view that gives you the true angler's perspective. It's not easy, but when the fish is close enough, Chet and Remo lower the net and bring her home.
Just strapped in and started reeling, and came in pretty easy at first, and then closer it got to the boat and put up a little bit more of a fight.
All right, it's been an awesome morning so far. I mean, it's only 7:20. We've already got 2 big fish in the cooler. Take a look. Oh yeah. Came in real smooth. I'm all hooked up with the GoPro. And now it's my turn.
There are perks to filming a fishing adventure like this, when the guys offer me a chance to pull in fish number 3.
All right, here we go.
And it's looking and feeling like it might be the biggest rock yet.
Oh, there he is. You can see the fish now.
Now you've really got to feel this for yourself, but this is what it looks like from my angle. And with the hook firmly set, we've got another big fish on the boat.
That's pretty awesome, man. Oh, yeah! Proud to be fishing with these guys today.
By 9 o'clock, we've repeated the process another 2 times, putting a total of 5 trophy rock in the cooler. But with weather like this, we might have been pushing our luck. And just when we thought we might have outmaneuvered Mother Nature, she reminds us who's really in charge.
Easy, Greg, easy.
Big waves have taken their toll on one of the planer boards, which breaks off and sends the guys rushing to reel in the rest of the rods and try to recover this vital piece of gear.
That doesn't happen much.
Nah, that's a equipment failure there. That barely, actually that's never happened, but that's why we come prepared. Got crimps, got hardware, see what we got.
Fortunately, teamwork pays off, and although losing some valuable fishing time, the gear is soon back in the water, and we're hot on the trail of our limit of 750. Once again, it's up to Stefan and Steve to do the fighting, and they're well rested for it now. When the drag starts to scream, number 6 is on the line, and within minutes, lucky number 7. For the crew of the Fishing Time, it's been an opening morning they won't soon forget, and a great start to the spring fishing season, which this group of die-hard sports fishermen have made a family affair.
It was one good day. Any day on the water is a great day. These guys, friends, everybody coming with you, it is just the reason I go fishing.
Get outdoors, Delmarva. Ooh, it does not get much better than that, guys. The trophy rockfish season runs through the middle of next month, so get out there and have some fun.
Still to come on Outdoors Delmarva, it's the extreme outdoor event that turns local science buffs into rocket blasters. But first, did you know? The rockfish, or striped bass, is the official state fish of Maryland, as well as 5 other states. Can you name them? The answer when we come back.
Outdoors Delmarva is sponsored by Shorts Marine and Goodies Marine. Outdoors Delmarva will be right back.
Did you know? The rockfish, or striped bass, is the official state fish of Maryland, Rhode Island, and South Carolina, and the official state saltwater fish of New York, Virginia, and New Hampshire.
Thanks for watching Outdoors Delmarva. I'm Captain Willie Dykes. You know, from week to week, we do a little hunting, a little fishing. It's not rocket science. But this week, we found something that actually is rocket science. Recently, some unusual phenomena over the skies of Higgs Farm in Queen Anne's County caught the attention of our Outdoors Delmarva crew. Turns out they were model rockets. Lots and lots of model rockets. From the little guys to this 480-pound V2 replica capable of reaching 9,000 feet.
This is science, very loud science. People build their kits and combine the motors with the rockets, recovery systems, go out on the pads and watch them go up in the air. A lot of fire, a lot of smoke, a lot of fun. Come back safely under parachute.
And while the participants anxiously await to put their handiwork to the test, they're quite eager to discuss their craft.
And it has 3 engines in it, 3 E96s. So I'm into rockets too, you know. I love it when they go boom, and I love it when they fly great.
Rocketeer Paul Sorge is launching one of the big boys. expected to reach over 6,000 feet, and he's going to show us how he prepares to launch.
Once you get to this point, you get nervous, right? And you're like this. That's me right now. So what I'm going to do is go and arm the altimeter. Got to wait for 3 consecutive ones, and then it's armed. This is thermite. Always check for safety. If these things click or ignite, that means this is live, and you don't touch it. Take an outlet clip number 1. If you hear noise, at this point, run. So it's a first-time flight for this rocket, so hopefully it'll go well.
Hey, we got smoke finally.
The 52-pound Goblin with an N-class motor is capable of reaching an altitude of 15,000 feet.
It's still burning! Still burning! It's still burning!
After setup, it's showtime for Libby.
And hopefully in a few minutes, that puppy's gonna fly.
3, 2, 1.
I see it.
Coming over.
Oh boy, yeah. Coming down.
Paul Sorge's rocket is next.
Nerves. It's always nerves.
3, 2, 1.
But there seems to be trouble.
Smoke.
The rocket takes off sluggishly, then veers to the left.
That's not good.
Very nice. Keep an eye on that cloth.
Paul runs to get a better look and sees his rocket descend behind some trees.
You get these slow things, and all of a sudden
Okay,
it goes a little
that's safe.
squirrely,
You got
you know.
it, right?
At least the altimeters worked, deployment worked, parachute deployed, no tangles. I'm happy with that. Now it's all recovery mode.
Recovery can be as simple as using your eyes or more high-tech equipment.
Antenna here with a receiver, and there's just a transmitter in the rocket that you follow it directionally, and it'll point right to where the rocket is.
But as they say in rocketry, it's all about recovery.
And it went way past the tree line. I found the nose cone, but I can't retrieve the fuselage. I think after this hobby, I'm going to take up bowling. At least when you throw the ball, it comes back to you.
And then the cycle starts all over again, and who knows just what heights the members of the Maryland-Delaware Rocketry Association will reach. For more information about the Maryland-Delaware Rocketry Association, log on to our website at outdoorsdelmarva.com.
Coming up next on Outdoors Delmarva, it's the perfect spot for pulling out some perch and some visiting shad. We'll fish this natural border.
Stay with us. Mike and Captain Willie have more adventures to come.
Thanks for watching Outdoors Delmarva. I'm Mike Parker. Well, if you're like me, you've probably got a couple of fishing licenses in a few different states, and back of your car or truck most likely looks a little something like this. At least a few fishing rods handy in case you come across a brand new fishing spot.
And it was exactly that scenario about a week ago when I was on my way to film with some Denrec turkey experts near Smyrna and just happened to pass by this, the stretch of the Chester River that flows beneath the bridge in Millington.
Yeah, I go fishing here practically almost every day. I live down the road, and I like it here.
It's a nice spot and convenient for local guys like Eddie Padilla.
It's peaceful and quiet. The fish really, every now and then, they'll bite. Everybody has a different technique of using it. I've seen guys use bobbers. I've tried that, but I ain't had no luck like that. This is really what we catch, because last week, I think it was like a couple weeks ago, they were nice size, but, you know, it depends on the weather.
Now the timing was just right for Raymond here, who was getting in some dip netting before that season closed, and pulled out a small but legal white perch. And he actually seemed to find fish with each dip, and they just fell through the holes.
What's your technique?
There's no technique. Just drop your net down. Actually, that's the first one I got this year.
I fished here since my grandfather was U.S. guys. So this is old time fishing here, and just blow off a little bit of, have fun.
Just as we were wrapping up a conversation with another angler, Raymond was giving us the sign to come on back. In his net this time, a pleasant surprise. Decent hickory shad, visiting the river on its spawning venture.
They're biting this morning, but now that I'm here, they've slowed down, so I'll switch over with this tide and try to catch a shad.
I don't do much anymore. I'm getting too old to fish.
At this location, the river serves as a natural border between Queen Anne's County, Maryland, and Kent County, Delaware. So I'm guessing any fish caught have dual citizenship.
Like I said, I just enjoy it. It's just for the fun of it. It's what I do. I've been doing it since I was a little kid with my father.
And from the looks of it, the number of fish stories told here comes second only to the amount of tackle lost on the trees and power lines.
Get outdoors, Delmarva. Check out Milton. You'll love it. It's a place to be.
And now, it's time to visit with an old friend. Here's this week's Scorchy's Corner Classic.
We are doing this story on behalf of a snake. Not a snake in the grass, so to speak, but for the gentleman of the snake world, the boa. As a house pet, my friends, a boa slithers with virtues. It doesn't bark, howl, meow, scratch, or lay flea eggs in the wall-to-wall carpeting, or have perpetual pooping periods.
They don't require a lot of care, just weekly cage cleanings. It's good if you do handle them, but you don't have to walk them. You don't have to clean a litter box, as you said.
You'll have to admit, however, that boas aren't for everyone, like my friend Charlie and birdwatcher Shirley Pender.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Okay, so you've bought your boa and an aquarium for it to live in. Keep the temperature at least 80 degrees, feed it once a week, and you'll have a blissful boa. You might be wondering what its weekly gourmet meal consists of. Well, it's all according to the size of the snake.
All in all, he's a very economical pet. Needs no neutering, spaying or declawing, or other frills. And he might even cut down on your entertaining bills. Scorchy Toes, wandering our Delmarvelous land for WBOC News.
Coming up next on Outdoors Delmarva, we'll take your taste buds for a ride when we go behind the scenes at Pork in the Park.
Stay with us. Mike and Captain Willie have more adventures to come.
Thanks for watching Outdoors Delmarva. I'm Mike Parker. Well, you know, the world of competitive barbecue has just exploded in recent years, and in only its 8th year, the Pork in the Park event right here in Salisbury, Maryland, has grown to become the biggest of its kind on the East Coast. Well, here's the Outdoors Delmarva look at this tasty outdoor outing.
Everything's on a time limit. The briskets are going around midnight. The pork butts will probably go on around 10 tonight.
Our story begins on a chilly Friday night, where 121 barbecue teams from around the country and from as far away as Ontario, Canada, meet right here in Wicomico County, competing in what can only be described as a lip-smacking smackdown.
Let me get finished what I'm doing.
3 Fat Boys Barbecue from right here in Salisbury have agreed to use our viewer venture cam to show us what happens behind the scenes.
Whatever's good for your meat, you gotta do, my brother.
After a little shut-eye, the 3 Fat Boys awake to an overcast dawn.
What you doing, Ralphie?
I am deboning chicken thighs for competition there, big boy.
What kind of competition?
KCBS barbecue.
The wind's killing me.
A little severe weather never ruined a good barbecue, and we learned a few trade secrets.
This is also really good, tasty decal in here that makes a really good burnt end. Just like on this one right here, that's gonna make an excellent burnt end.
Add a little apple flavor to our ribs. It also helps keep it moist. Just gonna steam it in aluminum.
Soon, the entries are turned over to this huge mob of hungry and discerning Kansas City Barbecue Society certified judges. The 4 main categories of barbecue, chicken, ribs, pulled pork, and brisket, are judged on 3 criteria: appearance, taste, and tenderness.
That's a sign of a really good brisket.
Shortly after the ballot cards are filled out, the results are in.
Pennsylvania Midnight Sun!
And while our local heroes may not have taken the day, it's all in the spirit of camaraderie and fun.
That was good.
Get outdoors, Delmarva, even if it's windy!
All I can say is I'm already saving room for next year. Stay with us. Your viewer photos are still to come.
Outdoors Delmarva viewer pictures are sponsored by North Bay Marina. Outdoors Delmarva is sponsored by Shorts Marine and Goodies Marine. Coming up on the next episode of Outdoors Delmarva.
It's time now to take a look at some of the videos and pictures sent in by our own Outdoors Delmarva viewers. Let's start with a video from Eric Vamos from Millsboro. He sent in this footage from a recent outing of the Eastern Shore Jeep Association.
Hey, Mike and Captain Willie, this is Eric from the Eastern Shore Jeep Association. You're probably not going to hear me with him talking.
The guys were representing Delmarva during a recent trip to Pennsylvania. If you don't think cranking up a Jeep and sending it through rough terrain isn't dangerous, just watch this.
Oh, we got a roller! 4 wheels in the air!
I wouldn't want that repair bill.
Melody Downs Warren posted this photo on the Outdoors Delmarva Facebook page. She says this eagle was just sitting in the tree near her house in Wyoming, Delaware. Hey, thanks for grabbing the picture, Melody.
And while we're on the subject of eagles, Alan Sklar from Ocean City shared these beautiful pictures. The first one shows the bird of prey getting ready for a strike. The next shows the eagle with a nice-sized fish in its talons. Thanks for sending these in, Alan.
Well, we love sharing your outdoor videos and photos here on the show, so please keep them coming. Just email them to me at mparker@wboc.com. And some great stuff this week, Willie. And you know, I was thinking about it just a couple of weeks into spring. Already I've kind of checked one of those things off my wish list, and that's catching a big trophy rock. What about you?
I'm thinking about a big old tom turkey and maybe a canoe trip down to Pocomo.
Sounds good. I just might have to join you on one of those adventures. Until next time, for Captain Willie Dykes, I'm Mike Parker, reminding you to get outdoors, Delmarva.